Metro Ground, Delta 3949 with information Lima, requesting push and start.
Metro Ground, Delta 2381 with information Oscar, requesting push and start. Pushback approved, expect runway 4 right. Delta 2381.
Pushback approved, expect runway 4 right, Delta 3949er.
Metro Ground, Delta 5492 with information Tango, requesting push and start. Pushback approved, expect runway 4 right, Delta 54902.
Metro Ground, Delta 3949 ready to taxi.
Pushback approved, expect runway 4 right, JetBlue 2036.
Continue taxi, runway 4 right, cleared for takeoff, on reaching altitude 1500, contact departure, Delta 2381.
Runway 4 right, cleared for takeoff, on reaching altitude 1000, contact departure, Delta 3949er.
Runway 21 right, cleared to land, United 6036.
Runway 21 left, clear to land, Delta 3861.
Runway 22 right, cleared to land, Delta 2099er.
Metro Ground, Delta 2381 ready to taxi.
Metro Tower, United 6036 on final 21 right.
Metro Tower, Delta 2099 on final 22 right.
Runway 4 right, clear for takeoff, on reaching altitude 1000, contact departure, Delta 54902.
Metro Tower, Delta 3861 on final 2 and left.
Continue taxi, JetBlue 2036.
Pushback approved, expect runway 4 right, Delta 1204.
Runway 3 left, cleared to land, Delta 1331.
Metro Ground, Delta 5492 ready to taxi.
Metro Tower, Delta 1331 on final 3 left.
Pushback approved, expect runway 4 right, Delta 1374.
Cross runway 9 left, JetBlue 2036. Metro Ground, JetBlue 2036 ready to taxi.
Pushback approved, expect runway 4 right, Delta 1391.
Runway 4 left, clear to land, Delta 4049. Metro Tower, Delta 4049 on final 4 left.
Metro ground, Delta 1204 ready to taxi.
Metro ground, JetBlue 2036 with information uniform, requesting push and start.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 4 right. Delta 2251.
Metro ground, Delta 1204 with information uniform, requesting push and start.
Metro ground, Delta 1374 with information uniform, requesting push and start. Continue taxi, Delta 1374. Metro ground, Delta 1374 ready to taxi.
Runway 3 right, clear to land. United 6128.
Negative. Taxi is blocked. Delta 1374. Delta 1204. Delta 1204. Pushback approved. Expect runway 4 right. Delta 3736.
Metro Tower, United 6128 on final 3 right.
Continue taxi. Delta 1391.
Continue taxi. Delta 1204.
Metro ground, Delta 13901 ready to taxi.
Negative. I'm on the ground. Delta 2251. Metro ground. Delta 2251 ready to taxi.
Runway 4 left, clear to land. Spirit Wings 1704.
Continue taxi. Delta 2251.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 4 right. Delta 2827.
Continue taxi. Delta 4746.
Taxi to ramp. United 6036.
Taxi to ramp. Delta 1331.
Metro ground, Delta 3736 ready to taxi.
Taxi to ramp. Delta 2099.
Metro Tower, Spirit Wings 1704 on final 4 left.
Metro ground, Delta 1391 with information uniform, requesting push and start.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 4 right. Delta 928.
Runway 4 right, cleared for takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure, Delta 1374.
Runway 4 right, cleared for takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure, JetBlue 2036.
Runway 4 right, cleared for takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure, Delta 1391.
Runway 4 right, cleared for takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure, Delta 1204. Runway 4 right, cleared for takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure, Delta 4746.
Taxi to RAM, Delta 3861.
Cross runway 27 right. United 6036.
Runway 3 right, clear to land. Delta 4961.
Juliana Ground, United 1880 with information Lima, requesting push and start.
Juliana ground, Virgin 4540 heavy with information Lima, requesting push and start. Pushback approved, expect runway 10. Virgin 4540 heavy.
Unable to take off from this runway. The runway is too short for takeoff. KLM 5400 heavy. Pushback approved, expect runway 10. KLM 5400 heavy. Unable to take off from this runway. The runway is too short for takeoff. KLM 5400 heavy. Pushback approved, expect runway 10. KLM 5400 heavy. Unable to take off from this runway. The runway is too short for takeoff. KLM 5400 heavy. Pushback approved, expect runway 28. KLM 5400 heavy. Unable to take off from this runway. The runway is too short for takeoff. KLM 5400 heavy. Pushback approved, expect runway 10. KLM 5400 heavy.
Pushback approved, expect runway 10. Speedbird 9051 heavy.
Runway 10, clear to land. American 7601.
Continue taxi, Virgin 4540 heavy.
Continue taxi. Speedbird 9051 heavy.
Pushback approved, expect runway 10. Copa 7348.
Juliana Tower, American 7601 on final 10.
Juliana ground, Virgin 4540 heavy ready to taxi.
Juliana ground. Speedbird 9051 heavy ready to taxi.
Juliana Tower, Lufthansa 5939 heavy on final 10.
Juliana ground, KLM 5400 heavy with information Lima, requesting push and start.
Runway 10, clear to land. Lufthansa 5939 heavy.
Juliana ground. Speedbird 9051 heavy with information Lima, requesting push and start.
Pushback approved, expect runway 10. Cathay 1543 heavy.
Juliana ground, Copa 7348 with information Lima, requesting push and start.
Juliana ground, Cathay 1543 heavy with information Lima, requesting push and start.
Taxi to ramp. American 7601.
Runway 10, line up and wait. Virgin 4540 heavy.
Juliana ground, Cathay 1543 heavy ready to taxi.
Negative, I'm landing. American 7601. Negative, I'm landing. American 7601. Hold position. American 7601.
Runway 10, cleared for takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Virgin 4540 heavy.
Continue taxi. Cathay 1543 heavy.
Juliana Tower, Omicron 625 heavy on final 10. Runway 10, cleared to land. Omicron 625 heavy.
Juliana ground, Alaska 9260 with information Lima, requesting push and start. Pushback approved, expect runway 10. Alaska 9260.
Enter final runway 10, Lufthansa 5939 heavy. Runway 10, clear to land. Lufthansa 5939 heavy.
Continue taxi. American 7601.
Juliana ground, Copa 7348 holding short of runway 10. Hold position, Copa 7348. Continue taxi, Copa 7348. Juliana ground, Copa 7348 ready to taxi.
Continue taxi, Alaska 9260. Juliana ground, Alaska 9260 ready to taxi.
Juliana Tower, Japan Air 8819 Heavy on final 10. Runway 10, clear to land. Japan Air 8819 Heavy.
Juliana ground, Lufthansa 5939 Heavy is going around. There is traffic on the runway.
Taxi to ramp. Omnipon 625 Heavy.
Juliana Tower, Virgin 9358 Heavy on final 10.
Juliana ground, Japan Air 8819 Heavy is going around. There is traffic on the runway. Enter final runway 10. Japan Air 8819 Heavy. Runway 10, cleared for takeoff, on reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Speedbird 951 Heavy.
Runway 10, clear to land. Virgin 9358 Heavy.
Juliana Tower, Lufthansa 5939 Heavy at runway 10.
Runway 10, clear to land. Japan Air 8819 Heavy.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 10. ICR 5353.
Runway 10, clear to land. Volaris 5863. Juliana Tower, Volaris 5863 on final 10.
Juliana ground, ICR 5353 with information Lima, requesting push and start. Juliana ground, ICR 5353 ready to taxi. Continue taxi, ICR 5353.
Juliana Tower, Mach 2419 on final 10.
Taxi to land. Virgin 9358 Heavy.
Juliana ground, Air County to 5903 with information Lima, requesting push and start. Pushback approved. Expect runway 10. Air Canada 5903.
Hold position. Virgin 9358 Heavy. Continue taxi. Virgin 9358 Heavy.
Enter final runway 10. Volaris 5863. Runway 10, clear to land. Volaris 5863.
Enter final runway 10, Lufthansa 5939 Heavy. Runway 10, clear to land, Lufthansa 5939 Heavy.
Runway 10, clear to land, Max 8419.
Juliana ground. Air Canada 593 ready to taxi.
Juliana Tower, Japan Air 8819 Heavy at runway 10.
Continue taxi. Air Canada 593.
Runway 10, clear for takeoff on reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Cathay 1543 Heavy.
Juliana ground. Volaris 5863 is going around. There is traffic on the runway.
Juliana ground, Lufthansa 5939 Heavy is going around. There is traffic on the runway.
Juliana ground radio check. How do you read? Alaskan Entry 260.
Runway 10, clear to land. Copa 971.
Runway 10, clear for takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. Alaskan Entry 260.
Juliana Tower, Copa 971 on final 10. Juliana Tower radio check. How do you read? Japan Air 8819 Heavy. Juliana Tower, Southwest 6950 on final 10. Runway 10, clear to land. Southwest 6950. Juliana Tower radio check. How do you read? Japan Air 8819 Heavy.
Juliana Tower, Volaris 5863 at runway 10.
Taxi to ramp. Max 8419.
Juliana Tower, Lufthansa 5939 Heavy at runway 10.
Enter final runway 10. Copa 971. Runway 10, cleared to land. Copa 971.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 10. Volaris 8686. Juliana ground. Volaris 8686 with information Lima. Requesting push and start. Juliana ground. Volaris 8686 ready to taxi.
Juliana ground. Copa 971 is going around. There is traffic on the runway. And the final runway 10. Southwest 6950. Runway 10, cleared to land. Southwest 6950.
Continue taxi. Volaris 8686.
Runway 10, cleared for takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. ICE Air 5353.
Juliana Tower, KLM 9465 heavy on final 10.
Enter final runway 10, Lufthansa 5939 heavy. Negative, altitude is low, Lufthansa 5939 heavy. Negative, altitude is low, Lufthansa 5939 heavy. Runway 10, cleared to land, Lufthansa 5939 heavy.
Taxi to ramp. Volaris 5863. Juliana Tower, Aero Mexico 8032 on final 10.
Runway 10, cleared to land. KLM 9465 heavy.
Runway 10, cleared to land. Aero Mexico 8032. Runway 10, cleared for takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Air Canada 5903.
Juliana Tower, Copa 971 at runway 10.
Enter final runway 10, KLM 9465 heavy. Runway 10, cleared to land. KLM 9465 heavy.
Departure on 128.905. Air Canada 5903. Good day.
Runway 10, cleared for takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Volaris 8686.
Juliana Tower, Southwest 6950 at runway 10.
Taxi to ramp. Aero Mexico 8032.
Juliana Tower, Lufthansa 5939 heavy at runway 10.
Enter final runway 10, Copa 971. Runway 10, cleared to land. Copa 971. And final runway 10, Southwest 6950. Runway 10, cleared to land. Southwest 6950.
Runway 10, cleared to land, Southwest 90416. Juliana Tower, Southwest 90416 on final 10.
Juliana Tower, KLM 9465 heavy at runway 10.
Juliana ground, Southwest 6950 is going around. There is traffic on the runway.
Juliana ground, Lufthansa 5939 heavy is going around. There is traffic on the runway.
Juliana ground, KLM 9465 heavy is going around. There is traffic on the runway.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 10, Southwest 271.
Juliana ground, Copa 971 is going around. There is traffic on the runway.
Taxi to ramp, Lufthansa 5939 heavy.
Juliana ground, Southwest 6950 is going around. There is traffic on the runway.
Runway 10, cleared to land. Volaris 2272. Juliana Tower, Volaris 2272 on final 10.
Taxi to ramp. Lufthansa 5939 Heavy. Go around. Southwest 90416. Enter final runway 10. Southwest 90416. Runway 10, clear to land. Southwest 9416.
Juliana ground, Southwest 271 with information Lima, requesting push and start. Continued taxi, Southwest 271. Juliana ground, Southwest 271 ready to taxi.
Juliana Tower, Copa 971 at runway 10. Juliana Tower, Southwest 6950 at runway 10.
Juliana Tower, Southwest 90416 at runway 10.
Runway 10, cleared for takeoff, on reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Southwest 271.
Pushback approved, expect runway 10, Aeromexico 2372. Pushback approved, expect runway 10, Aeromexico 6433.
Enter final runway 10, Volaris 2272. Runway 10, cleared to land. Volaris 2272.
Pushback approved, expect runway 10. Delta 6293.
Taxi to ramp. KLM 9465 Heavy.
Go around. Copa 971. Enter final runway 10. Copa 971. Runway 10, clear to land. Copa 971.
Continue taxi, Aeromexico 2372. Juliana ground, Aeromexico 2372 ready to taxi. Continue taxi, Aeromexico 6433.
Go around. Southwest 6950. And final runway 10. Southwest 6950. Runway 10, clear to land. Southwest 6950.
Runway 10, cleared for takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Aeromexico 2372. Runway 10, cleared for takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Aeromexico 6433.
Continue taxi. Delta 6293. Juliana Tower, Copa 971 at runway 10.
Runway 10, cleared to land. Southwest 2613.
Juliana Tower, Southwest 6950 at runway 10. Go around. Copa 7051. Enter final runway 10. Copa 7051. Runway 10, clear to land. Copa 7051.
Juliana Tower, Southwest 2613 on final 10.
Juliana Tower, Volaris 2272 at runway 10.
Enter final runway 28, Copa 7051. Runway 28, clear to land. Copa 7051.
Enter final runway 28, Aeromexico 8958. Runway 28, clear to land. Aeromexico 89058.
Enter final runway 28, Volaris 2272. Runway 28, cleared to land. Volaris 2272.
And final runway 28, Southwest 6950. Runway 28, clear to land. Southwest 6950. Enter final runway 28, Copa 971. Runway 28, clear to land. Copa 971.
Enter final runway 28, Southwest 9416. Runway 28, clear to land, Southwest 9416.
Taxi to ramp. Southwest 2613.
Runway 10, cleared for takeoff, on reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Delta 6293.
Runway 28, clear to land. Air Canada 7152.
Runway 28, cleared to land. Ice Air 6853.
Juliana Ground, Aeromexico 6433 ready to taxi.
Juliana Ground, Delta 6293 ready to taxi. Juliana Tower, Copa 7051 on final 10.
Juliana Tower, Aeromexico 8958 on final 10.
Juliana Tower, Air Canada 7152 on final 28. Taxi to ramp. Air Canada 7152.
Juliana Tower, Copa 7051 at runway 28.
Runway 28, clear to land. Air Canada 1839.
Juliana Tower, Aeromexico 8958 at runway 28.
Juliana Tower, Copa 971 at runway 28. Juliana Tower, Southwest 6950 at runway 28.
Juliana Tower, Ice Air 6853 on final 28.
Juliana Tower, Air Canada 1839er on final 28.
Go around. Ice Air 6853. Enter final runway 28. Ice Air 6853. Negative, altitude is low. Ice Air 6853. Juliana Tower, Volaris 2272 at runway 28. Runway 28, clear to land. Ice Air 6853.
Juliana Tower, Southwest 90416 at runway 28.
Juliana Ground, Aeromexico 2372 with information Lima, requesting push and start.
Enter final runway 28, Air Canada 1839er.
Enter final runway 28, Copa 7051.
Enter final runway 10, Aeromexico 8958.
Enter final runway 10, Copa 971. Enter final runway 10, Southwest 6950.
Enter final runway 10, Southwest 9416.
Taxi to ramp. Volaris 2272.
Lindbergh Ground, American 2033 with information Lima, requesting push and start. Pushback approved, expect runway 27, American 2033. Pushback approved, expect runway 27, Iberia 549 heavy.
Pushback approved, expect runway 27, Southwest 1574.